Hello everybody, my name is John. This is another episode of Out of Isolation brought to you by Walks 101, the show where us out of work tour guides show you the city, getting outside so you don't have to. And today I'm at one of my favorite places in Melbourne, the Queen Victoria Markets. I'm here to do my shopping. The markets went bagless just last year, which means you have to bring some bags with you. But what I wanted to do today is I wanted to show you why I love these markets and also give you a little guide of some of my favorite places to go when you come to this spot. These markets are historic. They've been here since 1870. They initially were actually a cemetery, and then they became an informal trading grounds for cattle trading. And then they had to reinter the bodies, and then it became a proper market. So the place that I'm in right now is actually the oldest building in these markets. It's the meat hall. So you look behind me over here, you're going to see some of the cuts of meat that you can get around here. The best thing I recommend to get for your shopping, the thing I absolutely will be getting today when I go shopping, are snags. For you non-Australians, snags are what we call sausages around this way. And something that I learned when I first came here was that people don't understand how Americans can eat hot dogs because Australians are passionate about their sausages. And so as I look behind me over here, I see Irish pork, pork fennel, goat sausages, hot Mexican sausages, kangaroo sausages, Italian casalinga, Madras curry sausages, English mustard sausages, sun-dried tomato, lemon oregano, Texas chili, sweet chili plum, Thai basil chili coriander, beef burgundy, smoky bacon, honey soy, herb garlic, Spanish chorizo, lamb rosemary, sweet chili mango. I have a big path ahead of me to figure out which one to get, but I really encourage you guys to come do a shop over here because look, the markets are still open because the government has said that people have to do their essential shopping. Now you can go to Kohl's or Woolworths or Aldi and get a bit of a stress headache because of all the hoarding that's going on there, or you can come here. People don't realize that this place is still open, so I really encourage you to come. If you want to be a bit adventurous, learn some new cooking, you can get some tongue, you can get some liver, you can even get some brains, lamb brains, right over there. Some really interesting things to get. As I walk through here, though, you're going to see these little hooks. That hook right over there, it's actually not a hook, it's a rail, but that rail is where the hooks go on. That's where they hang the meat from. The meat is butchered before it arrives here to the markets, but it is not cut down for size. And so if you arrive here early in the morning, you'll actually see these hooks going over that little rail there, and you'll be able to see all of the meat being pushed in to be cut down. It's definitely a place where you can have a very intimate relationship with your food while you're here. But have a look when you're down here. You will sometimes see full rib cage of pork, for example. So the meat is all on this side. Also look at that, some amazing meatballs over at this place. You also have a whole seafood section. So that half is the meat side. This half is the seafood side. And when it comes to the seafood, you've got lots and lots of choices. So the best thing to do when you're over here is to grab some fresh oysters. They've got oysters here, which are pretty economical. I actually have some right here. It's $17 for that dozen oysters. You grab the tray, they have that thing on the top of all the Worcester sauce and lemon juice and all that, and you can take it away to little tables in normal times and eat it there. Of course, now they're discouraging that. They've actually closed the food hall where you get ready to eat food, but it still is, all the markets are open. So that's the meat and fish hall just behind me. Right now I'm passing through a doorway, and this is the deli hall, which is my favorite hall of the markets. This is a place where you can get cured meats, anything you can get at a deli. So prosciutto, salami, they even have different shops that focus on different cuisines. So there's the Hellenic deli, for example, focuses just on Greek food. They have a Polish deli. We have some of the largest Greek and Polish populations in the world here in Melbourne. And the thing I love about our markets is that they're reflective of the people who are in this city. We are one of the most diverse cities in the world. And so as a result, you've got some really pretty amazing things to get. I'm just going to turn off airplane mode here so I make sure I don't get interrupted. I forgot to do that before I started. In the meantime, I want to profile one of my favorite shops here, which is called the Epicurean. The Epicurean is my favorite place to go to because it's run by a couple here. And you see right over there is Fiona right there. I don't see Luigi in today, but this couple purchased this stall just a couple of years ago. It's one of these places you can come to and you don't have to feel intimidated. Something that I always have when I come to the markets is I feel a little bit nervous when I get to the front and you have a big line of people behind me. But the thing I've learned is that unlike going to Coles and Woolworths, people want to talk to you and they'll share with you what the best kind of cheese to get that day is. And so when you come up here, you can have your look around at all the different olives that they have, as an example here. But then you can also ask for advice and oftentimes even get a taste. These guys will actually do little samples for you if you ask very, very nicely. So my favorite part of the Epicurean now is the window just over here, which is the cheeses. They've got an incredible cheese window of cheeses from around Victoria. It's really worth your time. Hey, how we going? You free?
Hey, how are you?
How we going? Should we go over this way? Yeah, come on over here. Practice some social distancing, right? So this is Fiona, right over here. Fiona, why don't you tell me about your shop a little bit?
Hey guys, so we're the Epicurean and we're at Queen Victoria Market and we sell assorted cold meats, antipasto and cheeses. We've also got a lot of beautiful oils and crackers and things like that. So basically everything you need to have your little munchies and to make a meal.
When did you get the shop? When did you buy it?
We've owned the shop for about 3.5 years now, and it's family run. So it's myself, my husband, my 2 eldest boys that are here. Yeah, so real family business. Yeah.
So a really good place to come to. I am going to be coming back with these shopping bags to buy some cheeses from Fiona, who is always very happy to give advice on what cheese to get. Thanks, Fiona.
See you, darling.
See you. It's honestly just like the greatest part about the markets is you just get this community feel. It's nice. Like it would never be a place where there'd be a run on toilet paper if they had toilet paper, which they don't, because everyone just kind of knows everyone. All the market vendors know everyone. And even like when I was talking just before doing this video, I had a chat, just let Fiona know that I was going to come through. I said, oh, I'm going to talk to Leo over at the egg place. She goes, oh yeah, Leo, he's great. So even though we're in a city of 5 million people, the thing I love about these markets is that it makes the city feel smaller. Right around me now, you're seeing all the fruit and veg. This is not the only fruit and veg section. This is the organics section. So if you come to this section, you're going to spend a little bit more money, but have stuff to organic quality. So you won't have any GMOs. You'll have a little bit more of a pure experience with your food, but you know it will be a little bit more spendy. So if you are trying to shop on a bit more of a budget, there's also the A and B shed, which is where I'm going to take you to next to show you the rest. But first, a visit to the markets is never complete unless you get donuts. Since 1952, the food truck just behind me this way, that little white food truck, has been operating, called the American Donut Kitchen. And it is a treat. It's one of the best things to do. Hey, how you doing? So I would encourage you to come check this place out. The thing that you do is you wait in the queue, and because of everything going on, it's been unusual. Normally, the queue would stretch way back that way. But if you come to the market now, you get this great treat because you can come in right here, you pay your money, and then you grab your hot jam-filled sugar donuts. When you come around the back to have your hot jam-filled sugar donuts, you can actually see how they make it. It's pretty impressive. And on a normal day, they'd have 5 people crammed into this little place. And so what happens is just over there is where the dough is proofing. Before that, they'll have a big thing of dough, and they'll have this little punching machine where they punch little holes out. They let the dough proof, and then they put it over here where they fry it. And then they have a little jam injector in there. And the jam injector does just that. It shoots the jam inside. Last step is they put it in a bowl of sugar, and then they serve it into a bag. 5 donuts will cost you $6.50 at this place, and I can think of no better time than to comfort eat than right now. When you eat these donuts, really, really important that you look for the hole where the jam was injected into, and that's where you want to bite. If you don't do that, you're going to squirt all the jam over your shirt. Real rookie mistake here. That place was originally called the German Donut Kitchen, but then with World War II and changing the cultural opinions, they changed the name to the American Donut Kitchen. And it's not just because I'm American that I'm promoting it. I think it's just an amazing place, and every Melburnian I talk to will have memories of their grandparents bringing them over to the Donut Kitchen to have some amazing donuts. So I'm just crossing over there with the deli hall, the meat hall, and the organic section. As we cross this way, we have the sheds. And so the sheds here are all lettered. So that's C Shed, for example. Most everything from C Shed beyond is closed for business right now because it's more on the souvenir side, so it's ruled non-essential. But B Shed and A Shed are still open, It's one of these places you can go to get this great kind of old world feel. You're about to hear lots of people hawking. So you'll have people shouting out loud what the specials are for the day and what you can get at their shop. It's something I really, really love about this place. 40% of the people who live in Melbourne are not originally from Australia. It's one of the remarkable statistics that I love to share here, because when you're in these markets, you're going to see foods that you don't recognize. So that tongue that we saw before, the tripe, that's more going to be consumed in Eastern European and Asian cultures, because the foods that you get at these markets are reflective of the people who come here. And so in a moment, we're going to be coming up to Leo, who runs an egg shop. To find his shop, you have to look for the little bee symbol, right? See that banner with the bee on it? And you're going to find some really interesting stuff. Hey, Leo! How are we going? Doing well. So this is Leo. And what's the name of the shop, Leo?
The Experts.
Eggsperts.
Yes.
Very easy to come to. What are the eggs that I should buy when I come to the shop?
Yes, so come to the Experts in VIC here in Victoria Market. We've got free range eggs are the way to go. Come in, we've got a whole nice range and all daily fresh deliveries to all local farms.
What are century duck eggs?
It's a duck egg that was being cooked underground in the charcoal, left for 100 days, a Chinese special recipe.
There you go.
So yeah.
So I was just saying, one of my favorite parts of these markets is you see like the culture reflected with what we have here, right?
Yeah, so that's a good thing about coming to the market. So all fresh food and veggies, meat, fish, poultry, deli, and especially farm fresh free range eggs. Way to go, guys.
Very good. Thanks, Leo.
Thank you.
So you want to find Leo's shop, look for the Experts. You have to just look for that little bee symbol right over there, the little banner with the bee on it. Right under here, you'll usually hear Leo before you see him, because he's quite a good hawker over there. So that's B Shed, but the trip will not be complete without a journey also to A Shed. A Shed has some other great things, but my favorite thing about A Shed is a shop called ReWine. ReWine is a shop that's owned by a guy named Marshall, and the idea of this place is that he goes out to places like the Yarra Valley. He'll negotiate for a cheaper purchase of the wine in bulk, and as a result, you get some ridiculously good prices on wines around here. So ReWine is just over this way. Hey, Marshall, how are we going? So this is the shop ReWine. You have to look at the very back of A Shed. So there's the long hallway going down that way, and then when you come down here, what's that? Open for your mental health elixir, wine. So when you look over at the wines over here, you're going to see two prices. You're going to see the price for a bottle. Oops, let me get the exposure right. Price for a bottle and then a price for a refill. You want to tell us how that works, Marshall?
Yep. So what we do is we've been in the refilling business now for 15 years. So our customers come back with their bottle after the first purchase and we refill it. They can refill with anything they like. They don't have to refill with the same wine. Just rinse the bottle out well and bring it back and we refill. So yeah, I've got some customers who have refilled the same bottle more than 500 times, before we say. So yeah.
It's all in the barrels back there?
Yeah, well the barrels are actually holding the wine in bulk under gas. So we keep nitrogen on top of the wine and it's under constant nitrogen pressure so that the wine oxygen doesn't get into the wine, and oxygen is the enemy. So yeah, so we hold the wine in bulk, we refill for everybody, and away we go. And we do it for quite a bit cheaper than the same wine often, because I'm buying from some of the bigger wineries. So sometimes it's actually the same wine as you'd buy in a bottle shop, but we're usually about 30% cheaper. We're now in the position where we've got a dedicated bunch of customers who are really regular and constant, and I feel like regardless of everything else that's going on at the moment, I've got to stay open to look after my customers really. So even today, when it's very quiet here in A Shed, I've had a nice little steady stream of my regulars coming through all morning. So.
Well, for people who do want to come, the markets are open every day except for Monday and Wednesday.
Yeah, at present, it's normal trade. Yeah. It's just perfectly normal trade. So if you know how the market works, we open very early in the morning. During the week, we're open till 3. On weekends, we're open till 4. And we're here for normal business. I know it's going to be quiet because of isolation, but people staying at home instead of drinking out in bars, they've got to buy more wine.
Yeah.
So,
So feel free to come by, and also when all the madness is past and the markets are resuming normal trading, it is an amazing place if you're ever doing your shopping to just come sit at this table over here, and you can have some of the wines that Marshall will serve you.
great.
Thanks very much,
Thank
Marshall.
you.
See you
Bye-bye.
later. All right, so that's about it for me today, guys. I just wanted to show you that life is very unusual right now, but there are parts that can be a bit normal. To me, the least normal thing that you can do right now is to go to the big grocery stores like Kohl's and Woolies, where you just have a crush of people in this feeling of panic. Here, you can come here, it's open air, and just an amazing place to come and visit. Just a quick postscript for you guys. I finished filming that video about an hour ago. Now I've finished my shopping. It's all right here and there and here. So I'm not putting my money where my mouth is. Today I got 4 sausages. I got 2 ears of corn. I got 2 avocados. Gotta have my smashed avo on toast. I got some olives and little nibbly bits from Fiona over there. I got 3 bottles of wine to last us. And most importantly, I got donuts. Look at those glorious, glorious donuts. I'm not gonna eat all of them. I'll bring some back for my wife. There's 5 donuts in there, so the big question is, will I eat all 5? Or just 3? Or just 2? Anyway, that's been me from the market. See you later.